You're tuned in to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast.
Welcome back to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast, where we are building connections, showcasing the impressive, and inspiring movers and makers. I'm your host, Lenore, and on this episode, we're going to learn how diabetes led Jose Hernandez to creating ChipMonk Baking, low-carb, gluten-free, keto-friendly desserts, and with the help of his friend David Downing, the duo created these delicious treats, and I'm so excited to try them. We got some right here, we got some back there, I got another one right here. Okay, I gotta stop. So, Jose and David, welcome to the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited to have both of you here because I have all of your ChipMonk treats with us today. There's a bunch behind me. The packaging's fantastic and all the individual ones here. So let's start from the beginning. How did you guys come up with, well, Jose, I know it was you and diabetes, but I want to hear the whole story on how you guys really created these products.
Yeah, I'll take this one. So I found out I was a type 2 diabetic when I was about 25, 26. I kind of knew it was coming. I felt the symptoms. Coming from like a science background, I figured that's what was happening. But once I got the test back, it just kind of clicked. I was like, that makes sense. So what I did was I changed everything about the way I was eating. I love sugar. I love carbs. I like breads. And I had to cut all that out, which in the beginning wasn't very hard to do because I was so health oriented. And I was like, I want to get back to like the best me possible. So I cut out breads, cookies, desserts, ice creams, and eventually like reversed my diabetes to a certain extent. But in the process, I really craved some of the things that I had given up. And so every now and then I would go and get some cookies or get some donuts, some ice cream, and I would indulge a little bit and I would just feel so terrible. And I figured, there's gotta be a better way. Like I shouldn't have to compromise between my health and my sweet tooth. And I started baking for myself one weekend. And admittedly, a lot of it wasn't great, but the cookies were pretty good. And David was like, hey, like this is pretty good. We should see if people want to buy this. And I was like, that's a crazy idea. Let's do it. So we took some cookie samples to work. We handed them out. People liked them. And then we were like, maybe they'll buy them. So we made more and try to sell them. And we got the ball rolling that way.
What was the first flavor you made? Because it was in your kitchen, right?
Chocolate chip.
Okay, do I have that one with me?
Chip.
Oh no, I just got the regular chocolate. Is that the same one?
No, not the same one.
Yeah, it's quite different.
Okay, but this
the
one's
cookies
vegan.
have fall. They've gotten better as we.
How long have you guys been baking these?
We started in January of 2019. ChipMonk officially launched in February of 2019. So we've been at it now for a little under, a year and 8 months, 9 months, something like that.
Now, where does the name ChipMonk come from? Not chipmunk, but ChipMonk.
Yeah, I can take this one. So Jose, when he and I started the company in 2019, we were trying to come up with a name, right? We were actually on a road trip to Austin for a weekend trip. And we were talking about on the drive up, and as we were talking, we drove by this like giant squirrel statue. It was like a nut company, and it kind of like sparked this idea. We're like, well, squirrels, they like nuts. They're high energy creatures, but we can't be a squirrel. That's a little too generic. What else is like that? Oh, like a chipmunk. And then it kind of clicked, like, oh wow, MONK, monk fruit is one of our top ingredients, and then the monk symbol itself is a kind of a reminder of balanced living and mindfulness, which is like what we wanted our brand to represent. So it all kind of came together. It's high energy, nut-based, monk fruit sweetener, and then the mindfulness of kind of that monk lifestyle is where ChipMonk came from.
Yeah, it's like being conscious and aware of like what you're putting into your body, how you live life. That's why we choose very specific ingredients and eat a certain way. And so that's really like, actually kind of like stumbled upon that later, but yeah, the initial thing was just a pun. I like puns, so that's the short story.
What is a monk fruit? Is that something I should actually know?
A monk fruit is it's like a gourd that grows on a vine. It's like a little melon from China, and it's a fruit that's been cultivated by Buddhist monks for centuries now, and it's actually like really high in nutrients and antioxidants. But if you mash it up into a liquid and let it dry up, it becomes this powder. and it's 0 calories, 0 carbs, and it's not actually sugar. It's an antioxidant that has a very, very sweet taste. And so a very little goes a long way. And so we use that as like the icing on top to really give our treats like the extra bit of sweetness that allulose by itself can't do.
So I hear you guys have a secret sauce though. What is that? Is that the sweetener? Is that the secret ingredient?
Yeah, it's a blend of allulose and monk fruit. Actually, allulose by itself is only 70% as sweet as sugar, but it's actually a real naturally occurring sugar. It's just so rare in nature that our bodies don't know how to digest it. So you end up getting like most of the taste with none of the blood sugar spikes or the insulin spikes, which is awesome for people like me with diabetes, but it's also great for people doing low carb or keto diets, things like that. And the monk fruit on top is the secret sauce.
Okay, I don't know which one I know which one I'm gonna try. I don't know why I'm gonna ask you because I'm just gonna pick the peanut butter one anyway right now. I did notice though on the chocolate one, you do have the vegan tab at the top. So not all of them are vegan, only specific ones?
Just that one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna open it up. What's your favorite as I try this one?
Coconut is my personal favorite.
Okay, I got coconut right here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah, I'd say white chocolate macadamia is my favorite. And then the red velvet brownie bites are everybody's favorite.
Yeah, that's like our best.
Who doesn't love red velvet? Like, I want my wedding cake to be red velvet. I don't care about what everybody else wants. That's what I want. Okay, wait, hold up. Let me try this first. Is this how much? Okay, 170 calories, not bad. The 4 net carbs. I'm glad that you put that there because I never know how to do the math, like at all. Like when I go to the supermarket, I'm just like, I have no idea.
That's our highest net carb cookie because of the peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
That mostly peanut butter actually. And so peanut butter is just a little bit higher in carbs because it's a legume. But
I like that it's not that sweet, like candy sweet. It's normal sweet.
Yeah. One thing we've noticed is that most sweet things are overly sweet, especially here in the United States. So we like to kind of sit in the middle, just sweet enough, but not overly sweet.
Oh, now where we feel like we have to brush our teeth afterwards. Not like that. Now, out of all of these, what's actually, well, first, let me go to the back. I love the packaging. I love that you put everything on the back of it that says that this one specifically, gluten-free, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners. It says the keto. It says I thought it said guilt-free, but it's probably gluten-free. Right? Oh, no, it does. Guilt-free. That's great.
Guilt-free, yeah.
I thought that I was just seeing things. That's fantastic. That's a great ingredient to put on there. Okay. Okay, most popular. Which one is that?
White chocolate macadamia, and then the red velvet bites.
Here's our red velvet. And these are the bites. So this is what the cookie looks like. I want to take it out of my half-eaten one because I'm going to finish it afterwards. I'm just trying not to be rude. This is what my half-eaten cookie looks like. Now, the actual bites, are they made of the same types of stuff? Is this just like the cookie material just made in bites, or is it a little different?
It's the same base recipe, but with one key difference is instead of using almond flour as the base flour, we use sunflower flour. We were actually trying to create a nut-free keto dessert because we had quite a few customers, come up to us and say, I have a nut allergy, so I can't have almond flour. And so we did some research and found out that sunflower seed flour is actually just as nutritious, has the same macros, and it can be baked in a similar way. So that's the main difference. It gives it a more of like a nutty flavor profile. And they're denser. I almost think of them as like chocolate truffles in a way. Like it's a pretty dense, rich bite. We use cocoa powder a lot to help offset that sunflower nuttiness, and you get that kind of chocolate nut flavor.
It's like a Reese's Pieces.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna make me eat all of this. I can't do this in front of you guys. Like that's not ladylike.
You have to try the red velvet one. That is everyone. I've never seen someone.
Don't push me. Don't push me. I can't even open this. My sweaty hands. Okay. Yeah, no one's getting these. I wasn't giving these to anybody. Let's be real. I was gonna save these for my bed and me and the TV. Okay. Okay, so these are the red velvet ones.
Yeah,
okay,
it's got dark and white chocolate chips in there, and then Dutch cocoa powder.
I know what you mean by rich.
Yeah.
Can you guys continue talking while I swallow? Tell me about the other products you have.
So we have 6 total flavors of the cookies. We have 4 flavors of the bites. We also sell our dry mixes, so people can bake our cookies in their own kitchen.
I liked that.
Especially during kind of the quarantine that we've all been stuck in, it's great, like family fun time, and you're not feeling awful after you eat them all. And we sell our sweetener blend, that monk fruit allulose sweetener, by the pound, because folks can use it for baking on their own. They can also mix it into their coffee or their tea or their lemonade to get that sweetness without the blood sugar impact.
What advice do you have for other people that want to start a business? Because you guys didn't really come from a baking background, did you?
Mm-mm. I think the first advice I can give you is, find an issue that you're passionate about, that maybe is personal to you, that'll give you like the passion to push through, years and years of ups and downs, because startup life is never easy. So find a problem, provide the solution, and be in it for the long run.
I would say always like lean towards action though. So sometimes I think when folks are thinking about starting like either a side business or jumping in fully, they'll have like analysis paralysis, where they'll be like, oh, I need a perfect business plan, or the product has to be absolutely perfect. And that's just not the case at all. Just like figure out what are the next like 3 steps that you could even do today. Maybe that's baking the cookies in your kitchen and going out to your friends, doing a survey or something. But just take those first actions. And the key too is getting that first sale. If you're a company and you're selling a product, don't worry necessarily about it being perfect. It's more about selling that idea into somebody who's not your mom and not your girlfriend or boyfriend, but like an objective person, because that's the greatest validation of all. Once you get those first few sales, that tells you that there's demand out there for what you're trying to provide.
So where can we buy them? Where can I get these? Are they only available online?
They're only available online, ChipMonkBaking.com. We do have a pickup option for anyone here in Houston. We used to do farmers markets, but it's just way too hot in Houston for like 90% of the year. So, hot weather and desserts don't really mix unless you're selling ice cream, which maybe down the line. But ChipMonkBaking.com. We'll ship them directly to you. Everything ships free after $60, and we have a lot of promos exclusive to our newsletters sign-up subscription. So you guys sign up. We have like unique flavors that we make all the time. We're going to be launching a secret flavor for Halloween. I think you in particular may like it. And we only release that in small batches to people that subscribe.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm trying to think about what it is. You don't have I don't think you had a pumpkin flavor, right?
No. We do. We currently have a pumpkin spice as a seasonal.
That's not the secret one then.
It's not the secret one. No, it's it might even be better. Who knows?
I guess I'll have to wait. I'll have to subscribe, and I'll have to get it sent to my house.
Yeah.
And you did say, I heard that you said maybe down the line, are there any other products and different types of foods that you guys are experimenting with down the line?
We'd love to have something savory. Dessert was the place that we started, because when I was doing the low carb diet, and I still do, it was the hardest to replace. It's like the one thing that you just like, there's no alternative for. The second one being something savory, like a Parmesan bread or like a garlic bread, something like that. That sounds amazing, and it's gonna spike my blood sugar, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So something savory, not necessarily a cracker or anything like that, but something with salt potentially.
You hit me at that garlic parm, let me tell you. That is a wonderful flavor. The website is ChipMonkBaking.com. That's CHIP Monk MONK Baking.com. You can check them out on socials too, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ChipMonk Baking. David, Jose, thank you so much for joining us on this episode.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And I'm gonna go eat some more, not in front of you, so I don't look like, unprofessional. Anyway, that's a wrap on another episode of the Brand Ambassador Select Podcast. I'm your host, Lenore. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss one. More at brandambassadorselect.com, and we will see you next time.